Hey guys, it's the Evil Professor, and today we are going to have a look at Marvel Legends Wave 6 Deadpool. Now, as you all know, Deadpool's in, what, 3 monthly titles right now? Deadpool, Merc with a Mouth, and then Deadpool Team Up. This figure comes obviously long before those, so we'll have a quick look at him. In terms of his color scheme, well, you know, that's pretty much how Deadpool looks. We've got the red and the black. The kind of reverse Spider-Man eyes there. Hey look, it's Spider-Man. No, it's Deadpool. Yeah, no. The mold itself, sculpt is good. Just like all the Marvel Legends figures, we've got all the definition in the muscle, his arms, and his body, and his legs. Now the head, now if you looked at the other Deadpool review I did, we see that this one, by comparison, doesn't have the little point on the back of his head, which became part of kind of his signature look later on. This one doesn't have that, because I'm pretty sure this figure kind of predates that. Now in terms of posability, or sorry, articulation, it's going to be a lot like the other Marvel Legends figures. The head, it's on a joint, ball joint, plus the head itself is on a ball joint. There's a piece in there for the neck. We can move his head all around. Shoulders, there's a joint here, you can see under the arm, and then there's the ball joint that is his shoulder, which we can move around. We have the rotation of the upper arm here, 2 joints for the elbow, and then the forearm we can twist as well. The wrist goes back and forth, and we can open his hand and then close it. The waist, we can bend it forward and back here. We can turn him side to side. And then the hips, well, again, we got a ball joint, so we've got a pretty good range of motion here for his legs. The thigh, we can turn at the ball joint. He's got the double joint for the knee, which is nice. At the shin there, again, we can rotate this all the way around. His ankle goes backwards and forwards, and then he's got articulation in the foot as well at the toes to bend a little bit. I do find this figure somewhat difficult to stand up properly. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Now in terms of some of the accessories that he comes with, I just knocked one of them over. Okay, you can understand? Maybe not, maybe, no. Nope, okay, never mind. First and foremost, we'll start off with his size that he comes with. Stick in that pouch. These are not going to reliably sit in his hands. I honestly don't know what we even have these for. We can put them in there, but he's never really going to hold on to them too well. And they don't stay in the little holster that he has for him on his leg either. But, you know, these are good things that we can probably lose at some point. What else do we have? We've got the little strap with his sidearm. And we can put that in one of his hands. His fingers are molded so that it looks like he is holding a gun with his finger on the trigger, which is nice. You know, I don't think of Deadpool using handguns too often. It doesn't seem subtle enough for him. But there we go. That's right. Change the channel or I'm going to shoot you. Or whatever. Something crazy that he would say. Was that crazy enough? I don't know. That's his little handgun. The swords on the back, we can pull those out. And pop them in his hands here. Again, they're not going to sit in too well, but not too bad either. Just close his hand there. And we've got his trademark swords that he keeps on his back. I don't know, it seems almost out of place for him. I don't know why. They just don't seem to look right. I haven't quite figured that out yet. But there he is with his katanas. Very soft plastic. These things are going to bend pretty easily. But that's okay. The ones I like the best are these machine guns that are mounted on the back of his sword holsters. They just kind of pop in there. Can we see this? Can I see this? Am I doing it wrong? No, I just can't get it. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. But we can pull both of these off. Whoops. And we can get those in his hands as well. I like these weapons for him. This is whenever I have him sitting guarding my computer. This is usually what he's holding on to. This seems a little more fitting for him, the two larger automatic weapons. Make him look a little crazy there, gun happy. So there he is. Now, this particular figure did not come with a Build-A-Figure. Wave 6, I believe, was it before Build-A-Figures? Oh, I can't remember, but this figure did not have one. So for an accessory as well, let's move this guy over here. He came with a different figure. This thing here. We'll look at the stand in a second. This ball of greenness. It kind of reminds me of Slimer from Ghostbusters. This is Dupe. I had to look this up online to see what this thing actually was because I didn't really know. Part of the X-Force and later X-Statix teams. I'm not going to talk too much about him, but it's just to have an accessory for the figure, and we can put him on this stand that Deadpool came with. I'll adjust my camera just a little bit so we can have him sitting there. Maybe X-Statix and X-Force were popular at the time the toy came out, and that's why they decided we had to have a Dupe figure, but really they could have, I don't know, made a small Weasel figure, or a Blind Alfred, or Deuce, the dog that Weasel got from Daredevil's friend, I can't remember his name now, Foggy Nelson maybe? Really, Dupe I don't think has anything to do with Deadpool, and really is a waste of plastic. Really, this, I don't know. Not thrilled with this. Ugh. Get rid of him. The stand, however, which this one has seen better days, it's pretty loose. There is a small hole in Deadpool's lower back. Can we see it there? Just barely. We can also pop the peg in there. See if I can do this. Ugh. So we can give Deadpool a stand, which will maybe help us stand him up a little more easily. On the back, it's also got the hole in there so we could mount this on the wall if we really, really wanted to have Deadpool hanging from the ceiling or something. But it would help us stand him up, which is kind of nice. And this thing we can use for target practice or something. I think this is one of the few members of X-Force, X-Statix, that didn't get, or maybe he did get killed at the end. Let's hope so. Now, there's one other thing about this Deadpool that he comes with. And what we're going to do is we're going to do what T-Ray and, what's his name, Taskmaster, and a few others have wanted to do. Oh, we have popped off Deadpool's head. We could almost have him be like Headpool now. The zombie Deadpool, we could try to balance the head there. That won't work. Maybe people who do customs could do that. We can make a zombie Deadpool head. We can put on the head of Wade Wilson. Unmasked. Come on. If I can pop it on there. Ugh, there we go. So as fans of Deadpool know, under his mask, it's something he's very conscious of. He is hideously scarred. It's part of his treatment for his cancer, which gave him the healing factor. It left him hideous, and that face shows it. Actually kind of reminds me of Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm not very fond of this head. You know what they could have done to make it funnier? They could have given him the head of Tom Cruise from the comic series. That would have been awesome. Actually, that would have been hilarious if they had done that, but they didn't. They gave him the Scarface head, or the cancer head, whatever we want to call it. We'll get rid of that and we'll put this one back on. I like this one better. But it is neat that they have that. The kind of the option of whichever Deadpool you feel like having displayed at the time. If I can get this popped back in here. You can tell I don't do this too often. Replacing heads on my figures. There we go. Whoops, lost one of his guns. Now this figure you see sometimes at the toy shows, at conventions. When I last saw it, the last convention I was at, it was running, oh geez, about 150 bucks. A little scary. This I bought long before that time, before he was popular enough to have people pay that kind of money. But if you do see him, if you're a Deadpool completionist, yeah, he's worth getting. For some people that might be hard to spend the money on him now. But hopefully we'll see another one in 2010. There are rumors, let's hope. Anyways, that is Deadpool from Marvel Legends. Thank you very much. Have a good night.